Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Monday Lunchtime Digest. My name is Hayley, and I'm with the Oklahoma Counseling Institute. Mike will not be joining us today, but hopefully he'll be back next week. And so we have a lot of exciting things to talk about this week. First of all, if you missed out on our Whimsical Wednesdays last week, man, I am so sorry we missed you, but I think you should be sorry too because we had a blast. We went over to community axe throwing and we met a lot of great therapists. We had a great time. We had a winners. We had an axe throwing competition, and some of the newbies did a lot better than they thought they were going to. So my friend Steven for sure was a great axe thrower, and so really proud of him. But we had a ton of fun on our Whimsical Wednesdays, learning how to throw axes and just really getting to know each other. And so if you'd like to join us for Whimsical Wednesdays next time, if you missed out on last week's fun, you can join us Wednesday, November 5th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Next time, we'll be meeting at Perette's Coffee and Desserts at 701 West Sheridan in Oklahoma City. If you're not familiar with Perette's, it is a late night coffee and dessert place located down on Film Row. I think they have the best desserts in all of Oklahoma City, and we're going to be meeting there to have a good time. So we hope that you can join us then. Also, last week we had another set of live webinars. And so we had Laura Byler at 9 a.m. talking to us about Introduction to Dialectical Behavioral Therapy. In the afternoon, we had Dr. Francis Patterson talking about THC use among adolescents and young adults. And so if you missed out on last Friday's trainings, don't worry. We will have those recordings up soon on counselinginstitute.org. But if you are in need of some live trainings before the end of the year, you're also in luck. We have on November 8th, 2 more live trainings coming up. That Saturday, November 8th in the morning, we will have Dr. Iva Graywolf. So Dr. Iva Graywolf, she was formerly head of the task force on serving American Indian Native American folks for the APA. And she will be doing a 3-hour presentation called Opening the Bentwood Box, a cultural competency when working with Native American and Alaskan Native clients. So if you're not familiar with Dr. Iva Graywolf's work, she has an expansive career, I think that spans almost 3 decades in psychology and mental health. And so we're very happy to have her joining us again Saturday, November 8th at 9 a.m. Also on Saturday, November 8th, we're going to welcome back Dr. David Pfaff. Dr. David Pfaff is a clinician here in Oklahoma City, and he'll be doing a 3-hour live substance abuse specific training on acceptance and commitment therapy for substance abuse treatment. And so if you're needing some live webinars before the end of the year, please join us November 8th, or you can also join us for our annual winter webinar weekend. That will take place on December 4th, 5th, and 6th, and we'll be offering 18 hours of live trainings. We'll offer supervision, strengths-based, ethics, and addictions counseling specific, and much more. For more information, you can go to counselinginstitute.org, or you can send me an email, shoot me a text, hello@edmondcounseling.com, or 405-440-3034. I'll be happy to get you registered. And so with the Oklahoma Counseling Institute, we also have Edmond Counseling Professional Development, and we are still offering through Edmond Counseling Professional Development organizational wellness trainings. And so if your organization is in need of any kinds of trainings from stress management or for coping strategies or an introduction to mental health, we do provide those trainings. Micah is also certified in many different career assessment modalities, from a strong inventory to narrative career assessment. And so if you have a client or someone who would be interested in doing a career assessment, whether maybe they're an emerging adult and trying to figure out what should I major in college, or maybe they're at a place in their life where they're wanting to make a big change, Micah's career assessments could be helpful in allowing them to explore what kind of options fit not only their interests, but maybe their personality and beyond. We also offer, as you all know, Smart Recovery. And so we are the longest running SMART group in Oklahoma. We offer both Smart Recovery on Thursday nights and Smart Family and Friends on Wednesday nights. And so if you're not familiar with Smart Family and Friends, it is SMART's answer to Al-Anon. And so it is meant for loved ones of those who are experiencing addiction. They meet with Sarah Mears-Ivy, our lovely clinician, every Wednesday to talk about coping strategies, boundary setting strategies, and ways that they can take care of themselves. And so, as always, we have a lot that's going on at the Oklahoma Counseling Institute. If you would like to hear more about what we have going on through OCI, or if you would like to get even more regular updates on what's going on, what you can do is, again, send me an email, hello@edmondcounseling.com, or shoot me a text, 405-440-3034, and let me know that you'd like to be added to our email blast. We send out email blasts about once, sometimes twice a week if we have a lot going on, but it's the best way for us to keep folks notified of what's going on in Edmond Counseling Professional Development and Oklahoma Counseling Institute. And so if you'd like to be notified on a regular basis, send me an email with your email or shoot me a text with your email. I'll be happy to add you to our email blast. And so that's what's going on at the Oklahoma Counseling Institute. Let's talk about what's going on in the world of mental health and wellness. And so there was a really interesting study that came out from the University of North Carolina School of Medicine. I've actually posted it across all of our social media platforms earlier today. But this study looked at the impact that high-fat diets might have on cognition. And so previous research has suggested that high-fat diets can contribute to an increased risk of developing dementia or Alzheimer's in adults. And this study in particular, it looked at mice models of for the participants. What they found was that if they were to give these rats high-fat diets, it disrupted the glucose intake in their hippocampus. And what they found was that just 4 days of high-fat diets led to an increase in memory and cognition impairment in the mice. And so what the research suggested is that the stereotypical or traditional American diet, which is very high in saturated fats, very high in trans fats, might be something that could possibly impact our cognition as well. The researchers noted that there's already a link between obesity and dementia has been found among human participants. And so what they found was that what this research really suggests is that in as little as 4 days, even if we don't necessarily meet criteria for dementia or Alzheimer's into those 4 days, that at the end of 4 days of eating high-fat diets, we might experience an impairment in cognition. Now, what the research also found was that after a few days of either fasting or implementing a lower-fat diet, that the cognition in the mice was actually improved. And so that suggests that the effects of this diet can be mitigated, can be decreased. And so it's just kind of, no pun intended, but food for thought when it comes to how our diet might be affecting our mental health and our overall well-being. And so again, that was from the University of North Carolina School of Medicine, and that is posted on our Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn page. And so that's what's going on in the world of mental health this week. Let's talk about our winner for last week. So last week's winner, someone who liked or shared or commented, is our good friend Sierra Estep from Slate Recovery. Yay, Sierra! Sierra, please send me an email or shoot me a text if you would. Let me know what training you would like, or if there's a staff member who would like one of our trainings, let me know, because Sierra has won a free on-demand training from the Oklahoma Counseling Institute this week. And so if you'd like to be like Sierra and you'd like to be entered into the chance to win next week's prize, you can do one or all three of three things. You can like this post, you can share this post, or you can comment your answer to today's question. Every time you do one of those three things, not only do you help us grow, you help us be seen by others, but you also get entered into the drawing for next week's prize. And so that being said, our question for this week is, since we are in the middle of, or I guess the beginning of the spooky season for me and my household, we're in the middle. Spooky season starts in September, but we're at the first week of October. I want to ask you all, what is your favorite spooky movie or spooky TV show? I know for me, I'm kind of a baby. I don't like a lot of scary things. My sweetie, my husband, loves scary. He loves horror films. I'm more like the spooky side of things. And so my favorite spooky movie or TV show would have to be Mike Flanagan's Midnight Mass on Netflix. And so if you haven't seen Midnight Mass, I won't spoil anything for you, but know it's a very spooky and very good show. And so tell me, my friends, what is your favorite spooky movie or TV show? And again, every time you like this post, share this post, or comment, you get entered into a chance to win next week's prize. But as always, I really appreciate you all watching this week. Hopefully we see you at an upcoming training or a Whimsical Wednesday. But either way, thank you for your support, and you all have a